If someone had told you 20 years ago that Albania would become one of Europe's hottest travel destinations, attract millions of tourists every year, and emerge as one of the fastest changing countries on the continent, very few people would have believed it. For decades, Albania was one of the most isolated nations on earth, hidden behind closed borders and ruled by a strict communist dictatorship. It remained largely unknown to the outside world. But today, everything is changing. New highways are being built. Foreign investors are arriving. Tourism is booming. Cities are transforming. And Albania is increasingly being viewed as one of Europe's most promising emerging economies. So what exactly happened? Why is Albania changing so fast? And can this small Balkan nation sustain its incredible transformation? Let's find out. Chapter 1: The most isolated country in Europe. To understand Albania's rapid transformation, we first need to understand where it came from. For much of the 20th century, Albania lived under the rule of Enver Hoxha, one of the most isolated communist leaders in modern history. While other communist countries maintained some contact with the outside world, Albania chose a different path. The country cut ties with both the Soviet Union and China and effectively isolated itself from the global economy. Foreign travel was heavily restricted. Private businesses were forbidden. Outside influences were viewed as threats. As a result, Albania became one of the poorest countries in Europe. Thousands of concrete bunkers were constructed across the nation due to fears of foreign invasion. Even today, many of these bunkers remain scattered across the landscape as reminders of a very different era. When communism finally collapsed in the early 1990s, Albania faced enormous challenges. The economy was weak. Infrastructure was outdated. Investment was nearly non-existent. Yet despite these obstacles, the foundations for future change had finally been laid. Chapter 2: A New Beginning. The decades following communism were not easy. Economic instability, political uncertainty, and widespread poverty created significant challenges. However, Albania slowly began integrating into the global economy. Foreign companies entered the market. International organizations provided support. Infrastructure projects started improving connectivity. One of the most important developments was Albania's increasing relationship with Europe. The country joined NATO in 2009 and became an official candidate for membership in the European Union. These milestones increased international confidence and encouraged investment. Gradually, Albania began moving away from its isolated past and toward a more open future. And nowhere is this transformation more visible than in the nation's capital. Chapter 3: Tirana's Remarkable Transformation. Tirana has become the symbol of Albania's transformation. Just a few decades ago, much of the city looked gray and neglected. Today, modern skyscrapers are rising across the skyline. Colorful architecture has replaced many of the dull buildings of the communist era. New shopping centers, office towers, and residential developments continue to reshape the city. International companies are opening offices. Young entrepreneurs are launching businesses. And digital nomads are discovering Tirana as an affordable alternative to Western European capitals. The city has become a hub for innovation, tourism, and economic growth. For many visitors, the difference between old and new Albania is most visible right here. But Tirana is only part of the story. Chapter 4: The Tourism Explosion. Perhaps the biggest driver behind Albania's recent growth is tourism. For years, neighboring countries such as Greece, Croatia, and Montenegro dominated the Adriatic tourism market. Albania remained largely overlooked. That is no longer the case. The Albanian Riviera has become one of Europe's fastest-growing travel destinations. Crystal clear water, beautiful beaches, mountain landscapes, historic towns, and prices that remain significantly lower than many competing destinations. Social media has accelerated this trend dramatically. Videos showcasing destinations such as Ksamil and Saran have attracted millions of views online. As awareness grows, visitor numbers continue increasing year after year. Hotels are expanding. Restaurants are opening. Infrastructure is improving. Tourism is creating jobs and generating billions in economic activity. And many analysts believe the growth has only just begun. Chapter 5: Foreign Investment and Infrastructure. Tourism alone does not explain Albania's rapid transformation. Large-scale infrastructure projects are also reshaping the country. New roads are reducing travel times. Airports are expanding. Ports are being modernized. Energy projects are attracting international attention. Foreign investors increasingly see Albania as a strategic location in Southeast Europe. Labor costs remain competitive. The population is young. And the country sits close to major European markets. As investment increases, opportunities continue expanding across multiple sectors. Chapter 6. Why digital nomads are moving to Albania. While tourism gets most of the attention, another powerful trend is quietly reshaping Albania's future. Digital nomads. Over the past few years, remote workers from Europe, North America, and beyond have started discovering Albania as an attractive place to live and work. And it's not difficult to understand why. Compared to many Western European countries, Albania offers a significantly lower cost of living. Rent is affordable. Food is inexpensive. Internet speeds are surprisingly good. And many of the country's most beautiful locations are only a short drive away. For someone earning a Western salary while working remotely, Albania can provide a quality of life that would be difficult to achieve elsewhere in Europe. Tirana has become the center of this movement. New co-working spaces are appearing across the city. International communities are growing. English is becoming increasingly common among younger generations. And a growing startup ecosystem is creating new opportunities for collaboration and innovation. But there's another reason why Albania stands out. Unlike many European countries, Albania has traditionally offered relatively flexible entry requirements for visitors from several Western nations. This has made the country particularly appealing to long-term travelers and remote workers looking for a base in Europe without the high costs associated with cities like London, Paris, Amsterdam, or Berlin. As more digital nomads arrive, they bring spending power, international connections, and entrepreneurial experience. Local businesses benefit. New services emerge, and entire neighborhoods begin to evolve. Some experts even believe that remote work could become one of Albania's biggest economic opportunities over the next decade. Because unlike traditional industries, digital workers do not need factories, mines, or large industrial zones. They simply need reliable internet, affordable housing, safety, and a desirable lifestyle. And Albania increasingly offers all four. If this trend continues, the country may not only become a tourism hotspot, it could also become one of Europe's most attractive destinations for the growing global workforce that can work from anywhere. For a nation that spent decades cut off from the world, that would be an extraordinary transformation. Conclusion: Albania's transformation is one of the most remarkable stories in modern Europe. A country once defined by isolation is now embracing globalization. A nation once overlooked by travelers is becoming a tourism hotspot. And an economy once struggling to survive is attracting increasing international attention. Of course, challenges remain. Infrastructure still needs improvement. Wages remain lower than many European countries. And rapid growth brings new pressures. But one thing is clear: Albania is changing. And it is changing fast. The question is no longer whether Albania will continue transforming. The real question is how far this transformation can go. Will Albania become one of Europe's next major success stories? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Would you visit Albania? Thanks for watching. Before you go, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, make sure to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about today's topic and what country or story you want us to cover next. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Atlas Aura and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. We post new videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 3 p.m., covering the world's most fascinating economies, countries, and geopolitical stories. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.